good evening. How are you? I trust you're keeping well and safe in the circumstances. I'm sure we'll all come out of this whole crisis all the better for it in Jesus' name. It is Oluwakemi Osege, the face behind STEM Cakes. Yes, I am at home as well. I started work on Tuesday last week, and I'm going to be spending some time at home doing whatever it is I can to upskill. But today I thought I should do some video about how I taught and fill my cakes and possibly ganache my cakes. So to do that, I have two 8-inch cakes already baked here, and I have my vanilla buttercream. This is a mixture of butter, vegetable shortening, and powdered sugar, that's icing sugar, and a couple of teaspoons extract of vanilla flavor, mixed together to this lovely paste. This is what I'm going to fill my cakes with. And of course I've got my turntable, my brand new turntable, which I haven't used. I'm excited to use it for the very first time today, and I'm looking forward to how easy it's gonna be to use. And yes, and of course I've got these two here, which is the cake trimmer. This is actually one of the cheapest in the market. It's just under £9, I believe, and it kind of does the job for me easily at the moment. But if I wanted some complicated job, I would need something stronger. Video is twofold. Is just to show you how I do some of my stuff, and in addition to that, to tell you a bit about myself, the face behind STEM Cakes. I am Oluwakemi Osege. I am a daughter, the first of 4 siblings. I'm the eldest of 4 siblings. I've got an immediate younger brother, a sister, and then a youngest brother. And I am married. I'm originally from Ondo State, in Idwani in particular. I was born and bred in Nigeria. I actually came to this country in 2001 when I was 21 years old. And I am a wife. My husband is from Edo State, particularly from the Asian tribe, in Ekoma in particular. And I'm a mother of 3, of 2 boys and 1 girl. My eldest will be 18 years in May. That's a few weeks from now. And my youngest is 9. Oh, sorry, he's 8. He's gonna be 9 again in a few weeks from now in June. So what I'm trying to do is that I'm torting my cakes, and I have put my I don't know, my wire in the right measurement as I want it to be. I want my cakes to be 1 inch, my layers to be 1 inch each. So I have measured it that each layer I'm cutting will be 1 inch. So I've cut 1 inch, which is that. Taught another layer to be another inch. You just go up and down, straight up. Don't bend your wire or your trimmer, and then until you get to the end of the other side of the cake. Again, second layer, torted, and see what I can get out of this top layer, because it looks like it's just the only top I'm going to cut off. Yes, as I was saying, I'm a mother of 3, 2 boys and a girl. My daughter is 11 years old. Again, she'll be 12 years old in August. And then Yes, that's my first 8-inch cake torted. So I'm going to move on now to the next one using the same measurement on as used for the first one. 1-inch layers each. After I bake my cake, I wrap it very tightly in cling film. That is after it is completely cooled. This helps to preserve the freshness and keeps the cake moist, and also for health and safety it helps to preserve the cake. So, and once I do that, I put it straight in, once I put it straight in the fridge for further preservation. If I'm not using it within a couple of days from after I bake it, sometimes if I have a large quantity of cakes I'm doing for that week and I'm spending one day to bake, I put them in the freezer, and then on the day I want to decorate them, I bring them out overnight to thaw. Again, a layer each. Yes, as I was saying, I'm a mother of 3, and my background is in law. To start with, I went to, before I came to the United Kingdom, I attended the Edo State University, which is now called the Ambrose University, where I studied law. And I was there for about 3 years before I moved to the United Kingdom in 2001. And when I moved to the United Kingdom, using my transcript from the OAU, that's AAU, that's Ambrose University, I started again to study law in the United Kingdom, and went to the university again, studied law in 2001 and graduated in 2005. Went to law school and was called to the Bar of England and Wales in 2009. So I am a barrister, legally trained, and I work in the legal background. I've worked in the legal background since 2005. First of all, within the criminal jurisdiction until 2014. Actually up until recently, until 2018. I worked within the criminal jurisdiction. I think in 2018, I now got a role within the Employment Tribunal, or Employment Appeal Tribunal, where I have been working since. My carving knife, which I'm going to use to kind of straighten the end. So I have, I work within the legal system, always worked within the legal system. I work there full-time. That's my full-time day-to-day job, Monday to Friday, usually between 9 a.m. or 8:30 a.m. to about 5:30 a.m. when I have to pick my kid, p.m. when I have to pick my kid from school. That's the youngest of them all. But if I don't have to, because I'm on holiday, till whenever I decide to leave work, depending on how much workload I have. But how did I come about cakes? After my youngest turned 5 in 2016, and that we had a party for him where I ordered 2 cakes. Anyways, fast forward. So I loved the taste of that cake, and I wanted to, to learn how to actually know how to bake. I bake occasionally, just maybe once in a year or something, just something to keep my children excited one evening or whatever, when I have the time. So I decided to bake. And that cake, when I tasted it, was nice. I said, how did they get this taste like this? How are they able to do that like this? So I started baking. I did a lot of threw a lot of cakes away because a lot of experiments on baking, and a lot of the cakes came out on soft in the middle and bony, I mean dry, proper dry on top. So there were a lot of experiments I did in bake until I now got the perfect bake. So come 2017 in February was my birthday, and I thought, oh, my birthday is coming. I've never actually had a birthday cake. Let me bake myself a birthday cake and actually decorate it. Wow, that was a challenge. So I said, okay, I'm going to challenge myself to do that. This is an acrylic, I believe, which I usually use to fill my cakes and ganache it before I place it on the actual cake board. A friend of mine, which I came across due to this in my journey of this caking, actually suggested this to me, and I'm grateful to her for that. Pretty yummy cakes. God bless you, sis. Anyways, here I am. I'm going to now start filling my cakes. There's one other item I haven't brought out that I need. I'm going to go get that now. I'm going to need offset spatula, palette knife. Well, that's what I'm going to, so I'm going to now start to fill my cakes, my layers of cakes. So just put a little bit on the acrylic plate here, and then one, and then this is actually nice to use, no friction on the turntable. The one I used to use, that was a cheap one anyway, plastic. I'll be feeling some friction whilst I'm trying to turn it around, but there's actually no friction in this one, and I can actually stop it if I wanted to, where it doesn't move anymore. Yes, just stays if I wanted it to. But at the moment I want it to be moving about whilst I'm turning. You need to put it as perfect as possible to make sure it's steady on top of it. Nothing is burgeoning out. Right. Again, fill that up with buttercream. Yes, talking about cakes. So I am now challenging myself in February, late February, because I'm born, my birthday is the 28th of February, and usually it's the following Sunday that matters. I don't celebrate my birthday really. I don't even celebrate my birthday, but on Sundays I try to, say something in church. So this particular Sunday, I wanted to go to church with a birthday cake that is made by me. So I googled in my area any cake shop or a cake supply store in my area to get cake supplies from. And so I went there, and I actually had a sketch of the design I had in my head of how I wanted my cake to look like. Two-tier cake actually. I wasn't setting myself a small challenge. I wanted to make a two-tier cake. So I went to this store for the very first time, naive. I went to Sugarcraft's boutique in Dulwich. And I told the lady, I don't know anything about cakes, although I bake occasionally, but I want to, and this is a sketch of what I need to do. How do I achieve it, and what do I need? So this lady was so calm, patient. She explained to me what I need, how I'm going to achieve whatever it is I needed to achieve, and I thanked her, got everything I need, and I left her store. So now I started to work that weekend to bake my cake and ganache. I didn't even know anything about ganache then. I made the buttercream, and then filled it. And then I didn't have any idea about this torting. I just baked 2 layers of cake and put them over each other. That's what I did. And then the outcome of that cake surprised me because I wasn't expecting that the cake would be like that. It wasn't great, if you ask me. If I looked at it now, it's not all that. But I thought that to me then it was great to me because it was something I never expected I could do. And that triggered something in me to continue to explore, which I did. The next week, luckily, was my younger sister's birthday, and I baked her a cake, even though she didn't even ask for it. And there is one more item that's very important that I need to get, which I'm going to show you in a moment. Spirit leveler. You can get it in there are smaller sizes. It helps you to ensure that your cake is well leveled, so that if it's not well leveled, you can adjust it while it's still like this, so that it doesn't cause significant amounts of work or trouble when it's too late to cook. Check the stability or how steady your cakes are or cake layers are. So if it's not properly stable, you can correct it whilst it's still very easy to correct. I can see now my cakes is a bit to this side, which means this side is a bit lower. Not sure why, because I'm going to see what I can do to correct that. So that's the whole idea of this spirit level. I think it's now in the center now. So that's what you need to do to make sure that your cake is properly leveled and steady and sturdy. Right? Check the spirit level. You can see to the center. You move. And then you continue with your filling. And one of my target as well when I'm torting and filling cakes, my cake standardly, and any tier of my cake is standardly 6 inches, standard, but it will be higher if depending on the design of the cake I'm doing. So this one again comes handy, is a standard tape measure which I use. It says it sparkles for me. At the moment my cake is about 4.5 inches layer, so probably 2 inches more. If it's 5.5, it's still fine for me, but I think I am going to add another top and then the top layer. Okay, let's continue. Again, let's check for height. I don't want it to be too tall. Yeah, I think now it is up to 6 inches. I'm going to remove this top layer and use the one I want to use as a top. So some lucky person is going to have this just to eat. So then to put the final layer on that. Final layer of my cake here, and when I measure it now, it is 6 inches, my target height. Okay, 6 inches, 8 inches by 6 inches. So what I'm now going to try to do now is to ensure that the cake is all together. I mean, all steady, centered. There's no one side too higher than the other. If it is, correct it as best as I can. Trying to make sure that the level of my cake is as best as possible can be. Right. You can see, yep, steady, and then do the other side. Again, sister's birthday. I baked her a cake, and it continued from there. Every opportunity for me to have a cake baked, I bake. And that was how I continued to bake until someone has started to bake and bake until someone will say, oh, my son is getting his birthday next week. Do you? Yeah, it's exactly what I want now. Would you mind baking a cake for him? I'll pay you. Pay me. Pay me. I said, I don't know. I think about it. I don't know how much you're going to pay me because I don't even know how much you're going to pay me. I'm just doing it for fun. Well, and truly, I was doing it for fun, for the fun of it, because I thought, oh, I found a new way to while away my time and get excited about what I'm going to create. But never I imagined that somebody was actually going to offer me to bake a cake for them to pay. And I'm like, what? No, I'm not doing it. She now said I should go and think about it. I said, what is wrong with you to go? I don't even know how much to charge you if I was going to charge you. Then I went home and I spoke to my husband about it. And I was like, what's my main fear? What if I make a cake and she doesn't like it? But the way she just wanted to encourage me to push her something. So I decided the next time I saw her, I said, okay, don't worry, I will do it. I will do it. And so she gave me a picture of a football theme cake, 2-tier for that matter. Same time because it was something new I was doing. I was excited about it. So I created the football themed cake. Football. I bought the theme, research on how to do it, how to get the football shape. So what I was doing basically then was just on YouTube. I was particularly always on Yolanda Gam's how to cake it. Once I come from work, I tune into it. Yolanda Gam's how to cake it. And then that's what I do. That's what I do. Most of the things, basic things I know, there were things I learned in my own time, within my own, the comfort of my own home, watching YouTube and researching on why certain things didn't come out the way they came. And they expected to come, what I should avoid and what I shouldn't do next time. So from there, I started learning from my mistake and correcting it with every next project I was doing. And that was how I got better and better and better. So I created the cake for my lady. She was pleased with it. They're thinking about it. So every time I started looking for projects to do to get better, whether it was a paid project or not. Most of them were not a paid anyway, because at that time no one knew I could bake. So I'll bake to work. Then I was working in the magistrate's court back in Wimbledon. I'll bake to work. I will look for something to create at work. There was a time I created one of the legal texts in my jurisdiction. And in September 2018, I decided to register it as a business. So that's how Stemma Cakes came about. And here we are today. We're still getting on and on. In the course of that period, in September 2018, I made a decision that I would attend a formal training for 3 days. And so I attended a wedding how others do, just to know whether what I'm doing at home by myself, is it what is being done out there, or are there easier techniques? So that's how I decided to register. So I attended. It was an expensive course, so I went there for 3 days, and I'm glad I did because it exposed me. It showed me of some of the things I was already doing, and then I was able to learn to see more things and more techniques, excitingly, which I'm grateful for. I went to Artist Cakes London to do that. And then from then, again, I continued to develop. Then each time, because I work, I'm largely self-taught, so I largely do most of the things in my own time and learning at my own pace. So with that, I'm able to assess where I need to upskill, so that I don't just expend my time or resources unnecessarily on things I wouldn't really end up even needing at the end of the day. So because I spend a lot of time learning things on my own, I'm able to assess where I need to upskill, and then expend my resources and direct or focus my resources and time on that. So each time I find that, oh, yes, I have done up to this level, and I think, yes, I'm comfortable like this. So if I go to a class, I will understand what they're talking about and how to go about it, basically, and be able to develop on that. So with that, I then made a decision I worked on my buttercream skills by myself. When it was time, I think that to be better, again, I attended another class, a one-day buttercream class. I did a demo back in 2019, I think in October, where some Nigerian artists, cake artists like Dripples Cake, Dewdrops Cake came to the United Kingdom in October, I think powered by Kogi's Sugar Craft. So just wanted to see again how these professionals do their stuff, and that was a demo. So, and I was glad again I attended that. I met those people whom I have been following for several years. And one of the things that I'm sure that I followed a lot of people on Instagram that were good, are standing at their skills, so that even though they're not able to teach me directly, at least I'm seeing what they're doing and I see how I can achieve what they do. So that's how I've developed. That's how I came into caking. That's how I got better, and that's how I am where I am, and that's how I think I'm going to get beyond where I am. Now my cake is fully torted and I've sealed it back in cling film. What I'm going to do now is to put it in the fridge to harden up a bit, and then I'll show you the next step when the time comes. Now we are now back. I've brought the cake out from the fridge. It's a bit hard now. What I'm now going to do now is to trim using this cake carving knife. Trim my cake, just again checking the level of my cake to make sure it's well centered, leveled. So in case if I need to correct it, I can correct it now. It's still correctable, right?
What's the name?
I'm now going to trim my cake. The idea behind the trimming is to ensure that the side is as level as possible. As you can still see some bulges and all that. Yeah, that's the purpose of that'll be the purpose of this trimming now, to get rid of all those bulges. I'm going to do my knife like that and then trim a little at a time until the sides are properly even. Another very, very important tool is this rectangle leveler. I think it's called leveler, I'm not sure. Rectangle rule, angled rule. It helps you to ensure that the sides of your cake is straight. So when you're trimming, it helps with the side of your cake. As you can see, it has to be sitting on the bottom board, on the board, and then when you put it on the side of your cake, it's not bending like that or angled like that. So if once it's straight like that, that means you've done a perfect job with your trimming. So as I can see now, I think my cake is well trimmed. All the sides are straight. You can see, that means I have done a perfect job with my cake trimming. And now we move on to the next stage, which is the ganache. I'm using milk chocolate ganache. I've prepared it before. I just brought it out and brought it earlier to come to room temperature. and just heat it for a few seconds in the microwave to bring it to this texture, which I'm going to use now to ice my cake. Okay, I'm going to be using my offset palette knife. Obviously, I have my scraper here, the metal scraper. I've got acrylic scraper, but now I've fallen in love with the metal one instead. So I'm now going to start with ganashing my cake as such. I love different techniques to use. I'm not a sticker to any particular technique. I just stick to the one that is easy with me at any given particular time. So just how I ganache my cake. First, I apply a light layer, like sort of crumb coating first on the cake. Do apply all that all around the cake until the cake is all covered in milk chocolate ganache. The cake is covered now. I'm now going to use my metal scraper to scrape the excess and even out my application. Use my metal scraper again, go around it one more time until it is all even and smooth. Before I now begin to apply the second coat to it. And then use my offset palette knife to go around the top like that to smoothen it out as best as I can. And then the next step now is for me to begin to apply the second coat of my ganache on my cake. The first coat is firm enough, so I'm now going to begin to apply the second coat. Onto it. Again, like I did the first with the first coat, apply it all around the cake. It is all covered up now the second time around, so again I'm now going to gently remove the excess and to smooth out my covering and fill out any holes or gaps in between. And filling up and smoothing out until you get to the desired state of your ganaching. This exercise alone, or this stage alone of this cake of caking, could take up to upwards 1 hour to 1 hour 15 minutes, 1 hour 30 minutes, depending on how large the cake is and what shape the cake is. This is an 8-inch by 6-inch size cake, which is relatively medium sized, and it's taking up about I think about up to an hour to trim and to ganache. So as you can see now, my triangle is sitting and is just about equal, just about lying on the cake. Not that perfect, but it's getting close. Some sides are close. Yeah, this one is perfect. Sitting, no extra work. It's leaning on it, as in resting on it. This most of the sides are resting on it. Just some other part that just need to scrape the excess from to even it out. So that's the goal, that's the target, to ensure that all sides are straight up. You know, that the triangle, angled triangle or angled rule is resting on the sides without you having to push it in or push it out, right? So that's the target. I'm close to that now, so that'll be meaning I'm close to finishing that. I just need to scrape some side and I will be done with my ganaching. Cake is fully ganached, apart from the top has lip, which I'm going to sort out when it's cooled and properly set. So I'm going to put my completely ganached cake into the fridge for upwards of an hour to set, after which I'm now going to cover with fondant. I'm going to show you the finished product when I finish with the cake, or a picture of it after I cover it with the fondant. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your time with me today. God bless you. Please stay safe. This is all I'm going to do with it today. I will be showing you a picture of the finished product when it is all fully decorated and completed. And thank you and God bless. Again, it is Oluwakemi Osege, the face behind and the hand and expertise behind stomach cakes, or one of the expertise behind stomach cakes. Have a wonderful day. Bye and take care.